Hey, it's Michelle coming to you with some kitchen inspiration. I'm making a simple dinner tonight that my family absolutely loves, and I can only make it on the day I go to the store so that I get really nice fresh roast beef. Okay, so I'm using my electric grill and griddle, which I have, oops, I thought it was heating up, but I forgot to push the button. So now it's heating up. While it's doing that, I'm gonna prep some ingredients. So the first thing I'm doing is I have about a half a cup of mayonnaise, and I'm going to add some of our French onion dip seasoning to it. Stuff is delicious. I'm gonna put that in there because I want that flavor to meld. Okay, because that's going to go on the sandwiches. It's part of what gives it such a good taste. Oop. Shouldn't have had the spatula in the bowl because I got some. Okay. So I got that, and I got my 1 cup prep bowl with a couple tablespoons of butter in it, and I'm gonna put some seasoning in there also, about a tablespoon. And the other thing that goes in here, which, oh, there it is. I was like, I lost it. Is a clove of garlic. So I grab my garlic press, and I'm gonna press a clove of garlic into here. Always make sure you aim before you shoot with our garlic press, okay? And this will be back in stock sometime in the next week or so. So I know it's out of stock at the moment, but that's okay. It'll be here in a minute. Okay, so I'm just gonna give this a quick stir so again the flavors meld. All right, so now I'm gonna use one of my favorite brand new tools that just came out March 1st. This is called our cup slicer. And if you look, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blades on the bottom. And this is how you do it. Ooh, these might be a little large. Let me, these are I picked the biggest mushrooms that the container had. Okay, so we're just kind of gonna line our mushrooms up here, or just lay them out here any old way. They don't have to be lined up. And what I love about this is you just press down on top of it, and it's going to slice its way through all of my mushrooms, and it just fills the cup right up with sliced mushrooms. And that was it. I mean, it's that easy. I love it because your small children can help you do a job in the kitchen, and they're not going to get hurt. All right, so next thing, so the cup slicer has a bottom piece. Where did I do with it? The bottom piece is because right now there's mushrooms in the blades here. So if you put the bottom piece on, it pushes it up and pushes the food out of the blades. So that's what that is for. So that's called our cup slicer. It's great if you're making a salad for yourself. You can just line up your veggies and run right through them. It'll slice your tomatoes and your bananas. It'll slice your grapes, anything except the only things it does not slice is carrots and radishes because they are too hard. You don't want to bend your blades, okay? But it'll slice all kinds of other stuff, hard-boiled eggs and tomatoes and peppers. All right, I got my onion going with my Santoku knife. So since this has been preheating for a few minutes, I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil. It's a non-stick surface, but we want the olive oil flavor on the vegetables. So, all right, I'm gonna throw these onions in here. I'm gonna try not to throw too many of them on the floor. Only a couple went to the floor. I always say I'm not a neat cook. Whoops. And we're gonna throw these mushrooms in here too. See, they pop out of there. I'm just gonna kind of spread this around a little bit into a single layer basically, because rather than using a frying pan, I'm gonna let this saute. And since it's hot on the top and bottom, I'm gonna let it cook from both sides. Okay, so now we're gonna prep our sandwiches while our veggies are cooking. So I've got these King's Hawaiian rolls. You can use whatever kind of rolls you like. These are in the original recipe because they're Hawaiian sweet rolls, and the combination of the French onion flavoring and the sweet Hawaiian flavoring is so good. I really, really like it. It's a really nice flavor. These sandwiches are so good. I usually make a huge quantity, but I only have 3 people here at the moment, so I'm not making a huge quantity. I'm making 15, 12, 16. I will tell you that Even if there's some left over when we're done eating dinner, by the morning, they will all be gone. If I want to eat some later, I have to hide them because my family will come in and grab them. So I'm going to use my serrated bread knife from my forged cutlery set. And I'm just going to... It's easier when you're making sliders to not separate your rolls. Because then it's easier to make the sandwiches and to flip them over or whatever if you have to. Just, it makes your life a whole lot easier if you don't separate your rolls till later. Okay, so we're gonna take that mayonnaise mixture that I did, the mayonnaise and the French onion seasoning. We're gonna spread this over here. I always put it on the bottom, you know, do whatever way you want. I like to do it in a separate plate. I like to put the cheese, we're gonna put cheese on here later. So I like the cheese and the spread to be on different sides of the bread so that the cheese can melt onto the bread. Does that make sense? So when you're doing a warm sandwich, it's nice for the cheese to melt on one side and then the mayonnaise mixture be on the other. All right. So hopefully this had enough time for the flavors to get in there. It's pretty strong seasoning, and it's got some salt in it, some sea salt or kosher salt, I forget which. Not iodized salt though, one of the other ones. And so it gives us a really nice flavor. Okay, so we've got all that on there. Beautiful. All right, next job is to open up our roast beef. I like to use a nice rare roast beef. I just think it tastes good. And I always ask I was going to call him the butler, but what I meant to say was I guess he's not really the butcher. It's the deli counter. I asked them to give me a nice rare roast beef. I like the boar's head one because it's pretty lean. It's just, it's always good. So that's just a personal preference, but that's my 2 cents. In case you were interested in my 2 cents. Okay, so boar's head rare roast beef or whatever kind of roast beef you like. Or if you've got leftover roast beef, this would be just as good with some, like if you made a roast and you have leftovers, this would be excellent with your leftover roast beef. Matter of fact, you could even use some of the juices and have some au jus or some gravy. That would be delicious too. All right. So I got about a pound of roast beef. When I'm making a lot, I get a pound and a half, but this time I just got a pound, just to give you an idea. Get rid of some of this garbage. All right, so now I got some provolone here, which needs a scissor to get it open. So you can use Swiss if you'd rather. We like provolone on this. It's just gives a good flavor. Goodness, this provolone does not want me to get to it today. It will not let me open the package. Wow, it's being difficult. Okay, there we go. This is not an exact science. You see why when I have a busy night ahead of me, because I have a meeting I got to go to in a little bit. When I have a busy night ahead of me, this is a really good recipe to make and eat. It's fast and it's yummy. Okay, let's check our veggies. They've been in there for a couple minutes. I don't know how long. Wasn't really paying attention. Yeah, they look good. They're nice and softened, which is what we want. I like it when my onions and my mushrooms get a little bit brown. I like this because it cooks them from the top and the bottom at the same time. So it cooks it really fast, which is nice. All right, I think that's good. And we just kind of wanted them to be sauteed a little, and I think they're perfect. So I'm going to transfer them to my sandwiches. All right. Now I have this set. When you use this grill, one of the things that I like about it is it can be folded flat. So right now I'm using it kind of like a panini press, right? But you can also use it in a flat position. And when you use it in the flat position, you can do like pancakes on it and eggs and omelets and bacon and stuff like that. And you can do 2 separate temperatures. One could be a temperature for bacon and the other one for pancakes or eggs at the same time, which is really nice. I like that about it. Also, it has different plates that go in it. These are the flat plates, which I'm using like for this panini type sandwich, but it also has ridged plates for grilling meat, and it has waffle plates also. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip these closed. And remember that butter, garlic, French onion seasoning mix? I'm gonna take that with my chef's silicone basting brush, and I'm going to dress the tops of these. This is kind of like hot browns. If you ever had Kentucky hot browns, you dress the top of those too. Just gives them just a little boost in flavor. Makes it taste like you're at a restaurant. It's just that little extra, and you will appreciate that extra flavor and taste. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer these back over to the griddle, and make sure I get all that yummy garlic on there. I'm going to transfer them over there. I'm going to close it up. I'm going to cook them, I don't know, 3-5 minutes, not very long, just enough for the bread to get toasty and the cheese to melt. I don't want to overcook my roast beef because I want it to stay nice and rare. And that's it. Dinner's ready. I just serve it with a salad, and then I'll be ready to go to my meeting. It's all good. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed.